Welcome back to my channel, you guys. Today I want to talk about 5 things you can do to increase your Instagram following. How can you increase the engagement on your Instagram page? That's what we're going to be focusing on in this video. So if you're interested, like I am, to keep your Instagram growing and make sure that you keep that engagement up, stay tuned because we're going to talk about it right now. The first thing we want to talk about is your aesthetic. You want to have a timeline that has a clear and very consistent aesthetic. That way you're telling a very clear and consistent visual story. That's what Instagram is all about. It's about visual storytelling. So whether you are a blogger, an influencer, an entrepreneur, just somebody who has a 9-to-5 but likes to take beautiful pictures of food, it doesn't matter. What you want to do is make sure you're telling a very clear story. The way you do that is by making sure that your pictures across the board are the same quality. So if you are somebody who takes iPhone pictures, that's fine. But make sure you're editing your pictures consistently the same way across the board, so you don't have like one super grainy picture and then your next picture is super HD and bright and colorful. If your pictures are consistently moody, make sure you stick with the whole moody theme. That's fine if you're moody. If you like things bright and highly saturated, make sure you keep things bright and highly saturated, whether you're taking pictures of food, taking pictures of your kids, or even taking pictures of your outfit posts. But the reason why you want to keep it consistent is because then when a new person finds you, whether it's on the explore page or they find you from somebody else's account and they see a picture from you and then they look on your feed, they want to know instantly what they can expect from you. And if they see that you consistently have beautiful and clear photos across the board, they are much more likely to hit that follow button and excitedly follow you. The next thing you want to do if you want to increase your Instagram following is you want to make sure that you are posting consistently. You want to be posting at least one time a day and really keep it around. I wouldn't say to go any more than 3 times a day. I think anything more than 3 is excessive. There are some people who do post 5, 6, 7 times a day. And if it's for your business and you're posting different products, that can certainly work. But if it's just you and you're an influencer, it's going to be hard to kind of maintain that momentum unless you do in fact have a personal photographer. And if you do, then have at it. But you definitely want to post between 1 to 3 times a day and making sure that you stay consistent across the board. So whatever your rhythm is, stay at it. If you post once in the morning and then once in the evening, make sure you keep it consistent. But one thing I would really encourage you is, one, if you don't already have an Instagram business account, to definitely switch over to that, because you can see insights, which is Instagram's versions of analytics. So then you can also see exactly when your followers are more active and more engaged on Instagram. So for my followers, they tend to become more active and engaged after 3 p.m. and especially between the hours of 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. And insights will also tell you which day they are really active. For whatever reason, my audience is super active on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So if I know that I want to post more than once on a certain day in the week, I definitely want to opt for that more on Wednesdays and Thursdays when my audience is a lot more involved and engaged. So insights is huge and will really help you. But if you want to grow on Instagram, just like anything else, you're going to have to be consistent. Thirdly, if you're really interested in taking your Instagram following to the next level, maximize Instagram stories. I cannot tell you how huge this has been for me. Just making sure that I'm casually sharing behind the scenes when I'm working on videos like this, or even when I'm shooting outfit posts, has really kept my audience really involved and engaged with me. And I love it because people have questions. I love answering your questions, so I'd love to hear from you guys on Instagram. I think the thing that's also really huge with Instagram stories is that it's a way for you to show that you're a human being and not just somebody who always has perfectly curated content. I think this is a way to humanize your content on Instagram. It's a way to show maybe what's going on behind the scenes on a big trip you're going on or a big project that you're working on. People love to see that, and it makes your followers feel like you're a lot closer to them. The other cool thing is that on Instagram's Explore page, not only do they include posts and videos that are doing really well on timelines, but they also include stories that are doing really well. So if you are in a certain city, you know, I'm in Atlanta, maybe you're in Miami or anything like that, and you're pretty consistent and the engagement on your Instagram stories is pretty high, they will include you on Explore page based on your location and based on your engagement. So I recently attended a Facebook and Instagram event here in Atlanta when the company came here and visited, and it was so great because they had a bunch of influencers here from Atlanta and they really shared all of these awesome secrets with us. So it was really, really helpful for me as I'm trying to grow my Instagram more as well. But the thing that she mentioned to us is that in fact we should be posting at least one video a week on our timeline. This is really huge because the algorithm really favors video, because video tends to get people to talk a little bit more than photos. So even if you're just using an Instagram story that you saved that got a lot of engagement, repurpose that and use that on your Instagram feed. That is super, super huge. So posting one video, for me personally, I've noticed that my Instagram following has definitely picked up a little bit faster in the last couple of weeks since I've been following that rule. So if you definitely want to notice a big change in your growth when it comes to Instagram followers, post one video a week. You'll notice a difference probably in about 2 to 3 weeks. Last but not least, if you're trying to get serious about your Instagram following, you absolutely want to utilize hashtags and locations. Hashtags are really, really great because now on Instagram, you can now follow hashtags specifically. If you are in fact trying to work with brands and get paid for Instagram content, agencies and brands alike are paying close attention to certain hashtags. So you definitely want to make sure that you are posting hashtags appropriately and making sure that it is relevant to your content. Now you can post up to 30 hashtags on each post, but you definitely want to make sure that you're not spamming these hashtags, because if you spam them and utilize them pretty much in a not so constructive way, Instagram will in fact shadow ban you. And shadow banning you is basically making your Instagram posts not come up in the algorithm because you have in fact been spamming. So read up a little bit more on shadow banning, but if you abuse hashtags, Instagram will in fact shadow ban you, and it's not fun at all. The other thing you want to use is locations, because not only are people paying attention to locations, but people are hashtags, they're paying attention to locations. So when people are looking for a new restaurant to eat at, or they're about to go to an attraction, maybe like Disney World or a certain movie theater or amusement park, they're looking at locations. And if your picture comes up and they see some really great content from there, they're more likely to attend, the movie opening, or they're more likely to attend an event or even visit an amusement park based on your content. And people are looking up that content all the time. So if you're a food blogger, that's huge. If you're a travel blogger, that's super huge. So make sure you're utilizing locations as well. So you guys, those are my 5 tips for increasing your Instagram following. The reason why I love these 5 tips is because no matter who you are, how big your following is, how small your following is, it will absolutely help you. I know the algorithm can be kind of weird to navigate and hard to consistently grow your following, but honestly, if you do these 5 things and apply it, you'll really start to notice a change after 30 days or so. I know that when I started doing these things, I started to notice a change and started to see my following go up as well. If you're not already, be sure to follow me over on Instagram at @TheMattieJames. If you like these types of videos, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and let me know what the hardest thing for you is when it comes to growing your Instagram. And on the other side, if you want to share your tips on what has helped you for sure, let me know in the comments below. I certainly want to know. All right, guys, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.